So, with that, I bring our next speaker, Mr. Ibrahim Ayeh, who will come in and talk about literacy development. We'll do a lot. We'd like to talk to you about what we're doing in Uganda and others, and we'll do a peer-to-peer education. So, thank you.
Assalamu alaikum and good morning. And I also like to thank the team that has organized this for their prompt respond to our questions, especially these of mine. Because of the time constraint, I'll just directly go to my PowerPoint slides. Well, the agenda is these 4 points. Major education crisis in Somalia, issues that prevent children to go to school, how Somalia could provide equitable access to basic education for all children, and then improving the quality of education for children. And that's the one that I really want to emphasize a lot. The school-age children are under attack by terrorists. What do I mean by that? Terrorists recruit you to be militants who could do for them suicide bombing activities. And that includes school children, school-age children. Terrorists intimidate and kill youth who has promising future and who are about to develop their critical thinking that could liberate them from recruitment of terrorists by attacking graduation and scholarship servers, and that has actually happened in Mogadishu. And some other similar things has happened in other places also. Terrorists intimidate, kidnap, and kill humanitarian aid workers or the needy children and families. Because, and this is just a continuation of the same crisis also, because there is no free basic education available to all children. There is a large percentage of children who are denied from their basic rights to education, which is very crucial that we really take care of that with the help of the international community. Rural areas has no secondary and middle school most of the time available to children to attend. This forces a lot of children to drop out from school or not attend at all. Mainly in the nomadic areas. Somalia needs badly teacher training workshops that will upgrade the qualification of teachers and their instructional methods. For example, diversification of instructions and moving the learning from teacher-centered learning to student-centered learning. Let me just, can you go back a little bit to that one? Sorry. Oh, yeah. And, you know, the reason why I'm saying this one is I've been in the field of education for quite some time, like very close to 40 years. A bit more than that also. And the years that I was working in Somalia, I was working at the university, and I have seen the teachers who I was the chairman of the mathematics department at that time, and I have seen what was happening in the last 10 years, the last decade of the regime, Seattle-based regime. Everything was kind of declining. The quality of teachers was declining, and especially the primary program, which has been really put into military camp center, and that was not really conducive for the teachers to really learn and develop their skills. It was kind of a military, and they were treated like soldiers, and that was really the kind of teachers who are now in the field of education, who are in our classrooms, and trying to help our children. Let's go ahead. the issues that prevent Somali children to go to schools are a lot. And I think it's very common. I mean, it's very familiar. War, hunger, malnutrition, poverty, drugs, and disease. Very familiar stuff. And the United Nations have actually said also that Haiti and Somalia are actually the ones who are really facing the wars. Recommendations for that one are this. We could improve the surrounding environment that forces children not to participate in schools by doing the following. The strong commitments of the international community to stabilize Somalia. Creating a strong advocacy group from the diaspora to promote peace settlements in Somalia. Empowering the Somali leaders to on good and fair governance. And the reason why I'm saying that fair, I'm adding that one is because when somebody goes to power, the person actually channels, or that leader channels everything, all the resources to his tribe and forgets the rest. And probably some of his friends. So that is really what we need really to empower the leaders to be free of that kind of thing. Implementation of education policies that will adjust UN Millennium Goal of Development. And I think that's something I cannot really go details of it, but something that you can really research. UNICEF initiative to abolish fees. That is the school fees, which is actually keeping a lot of children from schools. And programs on child-friendly schools and CFS, and that's also from UNICEF. Equitable access to basic education for all children. I just want to give a recommendation for the sake of time. Somalia can provide equitable access to basic education for all children, girls and boys, by doing the following. Free and compulsory education. Building boarding schools for rural areas. Raising parents and community awareness to the importance of education for all children. The reason why I'm adding this one is I am remembering what my father has done. He put it, it was 1960s, early 60s. He put it out, he put it out, my sisters from school. When the uniform to school has been introduced, and that was a uniform that puts the boys and girls the same dress. And because he was religious, he didn't like it. And they put it out, all our sisters out of the school. So that's the orientation that we really need, how important schools are for the children. The other thing is a portion of underage arranging marriage for girls that are deprived from the child. A portion of underage arranging marriage for girls that deprives the child from school. The reason for that one is, I was a teacher and I have seen a lot of kids, or girls I'm talking about, who have left the school just because they have married. And that's another thing that we really need to address. We don't want to lose those kids, and we don't really stop their education just because they want to marry. Section 4, which is the last one. Improving Okay, that was just improving the quality of education for the children in Somalia. I just put out these 4 slides that are coming. I have done that presentation 4 years ago, and it was based on a survey that I have done 6 years ago in Somalia, and especially the region that I came from, or my hometown. And in that slide, that area is an area where the community are devoted to help the schools. And this could be a good sign. You can see how bad this is. And I'm really comparing that also to the rest of the country, which the community are not really determined because they are in a civil war and in the middle of the war. This area is a very peaceful area, and the community can do a lot. And you can see the PV programs, which was actually the children who are, the students who have really graduated from that PV program, which was not really a good program for the teachers. Really a good portion of the teachers in those schools. Even they went to secondary schools, and their level of schooling was below high school. And they are teaching at high schools also. Let's go to the next one. This one is about the curriculum resource material. The SA means strongly agree, A means agree, D means disagree, and the other one is strongly disagree. And you can see the material, how it is distributed, and a lot of it is actually just the charts and few things, but the very crucial ones are not really something that's available. Okay, let's go to the next one. Recreation for children, this is the worst. In our area at least, and I'm sure also in the other areas too. Children who are actually in their early age need a lot of time to have recreation places, playgrounds, parks, and so on. That has been really taken away because every space that we can get, because of the no government in our country, they have taken and they use it to build houses and so on. So those children actually have a lack of it. And now the playgrounds that they needed, they took the school playgrounds, they took the parks and so on. Oh, I forgot. So that is one of the things. 1 minute. Sure. This is the student ratio. And actually, this is really what makes it even better is because of the rural areas. If you go into the cities, it is much more than that. Let's go to the recommendation. Here is the final recommendations I have. Since teachers can only be what the system have trained for, and students are what the teachers can provide, we need to create summers for teachers for staff development. We need to improve the resource material for instructions like science lab, hands-on material that can be locally created. We need to improve facilities for extracurricular activities like sports by protecting and rehabbing school playgrounds and parks. Thank you.